Real quickly before we begin, I'd like to draw your attention to an update on my Patreon page. There is a new reward for Swirl Seed members and above. Along with getting your name in the credits of videos as usual, once a month there will now be a special patrons only movie night located in my Discord server. And you patron lads get to choose the movie. There will be a poll set up every month with 4 options, and the most voted one will be our chosen film. As an example, here will be the options for this month. I've been slowly adding more stuff to each Patreon tier over time to try and make it a little bit more worthwhile for you fellas who choose to support me in this way. Hopefully this helps out a little bit with that, and honestly just thank you fellas for all the support for Patreon so far. No matter how much you've pledged, it's been amazing. But enough shilling, let's get into the actual video, shall we? It's that time of the month again, fellas. Our favorite coal mining empire CEO, Kitchert, has taken the Patreon-funded rapid-fire skin review slot once again. But this month she asked me not to review a skin line, but instead to do the entirety of Ivern's skin catalog. You know, I never even considered the champion skin catalog as an option. I don't know if I want to leave it open as one either. Some of you fellas will already know this, but Ivern is my most favorite champion of all time. Unfortunately though, as a brutally unpopular champion, there's not many skins to his name, but that makes each release all the more special. Well, there's not many skins to go through, so let's get started, shall we? Beginning with his launch skin, Candy King Ivern. You guys remember back when champion launch skins used to have unique voice lines? Yeah, me neither. I always found this skin so strange, not because I dislike it. In fact, I love the Sugar Rush thematic, but most of the time launch skins are meant to stay fairly similar to the base champion personality-wise, since we as players are still trying to get used to this new face. But for Ivern, he went from a jovial happy tree guy to a jovial happy candy guy, who also happens to be a manslaughtering, mass-murdering serial killer. I love the shape language on this one though. The half donut mimicking his horns, the stringy taffy being a great replacement for the winding vines that normally compose his arms, and let us not forget Chocolate Cupcake Daisy. It's a pretty great launch skin though, worthy of an 8 out of 10. Dunkmaster Ivern. This skin left a pretty sour taste in the mouths of the Ivern community when it initially released. It took Ivern nearly 3 years to get a post-launch skin, and this is what we got? No accompanying skin line, no lore, no hype, just here's your Ivern skin, stop asking us about it. It's a shame though, because I really quite like this one actually. The basketball motif works wonders for Ivern since people of that sport are known to be pretty tall. The sound design, the extra basketball animation in his dance, I don't know what else to say. I find this one incredibly charming. I feel like players would have been more open to this skin if a few other Dunkmasters had released alongside him. Finally fill out the Dunkmaster team Darius started, you know? This skin has my favorite chromas the champion has to offer, but Ruby is the best. 7.5 out of 10. Old God Ivern. This is easily the most unique skin of his catalog, being the only one that turns him evil. I do think it's held back a bit by the overtones of this dark and brutal god of the forest being overlapped with Ivern's whimsical and goofy animations, but this skin still does a marvelous job of flipping the aesthetics you would come to expect from Ivern. The skull face, the extra arms crossing his chest, the sharpness in all the shapes across his body, it's just so goddamn creepy in all the right ways. I think my favorite part about it though is the voice lines, and not even the backward speaking ones. There's just something so hilarious about how a simple voice filter completely changes the implications of his dialogue.
Once in a blue leaf, the earthworm will best the robin. Once in a blue leaf, the earthworm will best the robin.
To be honest, the base color scheme is my favorite, but if I had to pick a chroma, it's probably Citrine. 9.5 out of 10. Astronaut Ivern. Obviously, as his newest skin, this is the one I've used the least, but honestly, I haven't really felt compelled to use it. And don't get me wrong, I love the astronaut skins. Maokai, Bard, even the new Singe skin are some of my favorites for their respective champions. But something about Ivern's just hasn't clicked for me. Unlike most champions in the skin line, Ivern's walk cycle is already very floaty and goofy. So the time-honored tradition of the funny astronaut skin walk animations is only noticeable when you really pay attention to it. And that thing on his head, what is that?
What the fuck?
Some kind of tube, torpedo thing? Why is it there? To act as a stand-in for his horns in the name of silhouettes and visual clarity? No, I don't think that's a valid reason. Daisy is easily the best and most creative part about this skin. Amethyst is the best chroma, 6 out of 10. Now for my own personal ranking, it goes as follows. My least favorite is Astronaut. It's not awful, but waiting 2 to 3 years for a just fine skin doesn't exactly feel very good. Candy King is my second least favorite. Feels a bit disingenuous to call it second least favorite when I like it quite a lot. Second most favorite is Dunkmaster. I just love the sound design on it primarily, and like I said, it has some of my favorite chromas he has on offer. And to no one's surprise, Elderwood, Old God, is the best one by far. If you're gonna get an Ivern skin, get this one. But those are my thoughts. What do you fellas think of Ivern skins, and which ones are your favorites? Perhaps you can leave your own personal rankings in the comments below. Until next time though, fellas, I'm finally done with university for the semester. I know for the past month the channel's been entirely casual champion reviews and rapid fire skin review, but bigger videos should return to the channel again soon enough. So until then, I'll see you in the next video.